guys. Hope you're having a good day today. Per request from this little girl's godmother, hi Stephanie, we are going to be baking some Cheez Its from scratch today. She wants to know how I make them, so I thought I'd make a quick video on how I make them. Huh. Alrighty, so like I said, we're going to be making my Cheez Its recipe. It's super easy. It's like maybe a little time consuming, but I think it's like really easy, super convenient. Everyone here says that they taste better than the real Cheez-Its. So it's 8 ounces of sharp cheddar, 1 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and then you sprinkle a little more when you go to bake them. A 1/4 cup of unsalted butter cubed, and then 2 teaspoons of milk. It recommends whole milk. I've used 1% milk the last like 3 times I've made it, and it does just fine. And you want your oven at 325, and you do need parchment paper for this recipe. I tried baking them without parchment paper, and it was horrible. So, and just a warning. We are nearing this one's nap time, so she may or may not be in the entire video. Well, it just depends on your mood, huh, kid? And you do also need a food processor for this. I think mainly just because it makes it so much easier right off the bat. And I've never shredded cheese in here, so we're gonna do this together for the first time. Oh my gosh, it actually does it really well. I'm now understanding the hype around food processors. I like kind of rolled my eyes when I had to get this because I was like, do I really need this? So that's pretty good. A couple little chunks of cheese here, but we just pop those in. And did you draw this? I do really want to someday make my own cookbook, but that'll be a project for some other time. I'm working on another book right now, so I cannot spend any time thinking about anything else other than that book. So next will be the flour and the salt. So we need 1 cup of flour. You want to hold this for me? We'll need more when I go to spread this, and then whenever it comes to like teaspoons and tablespoons, I'm really annoying and I kind of just eyeball it. So I apologize for all the people who are perfectionists. And then we're gonna give this more process to incorporate it all. I will say this is messy, so I will warn you of that. Add butter, but we have to cube it first. It doesn't specify if it's warm or cold butter. I do room temp. I think because it's in a food processor, it really doesn't matter. Because the food processor will just pop it out anyways. But I do warm. I bake a lot, so I usually always have some softened and ready to go. My grandma, she's Polish. I don't know if this is a Polish thing, but she always had butter out and softened, ready to go. And because of her, I do the same thing. So thank you, Popchi. It makes baking so easy, especially also like even just if I'm gonna whip up some garlic bread, I always have butter that's soft and ready to spread. What is that growl? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then we're gonna pulse this a few more times and then add I believe. Yes. So let's. Why do I keep throwing that on the floor? Oh, I can actually add this. As you can tell, I'm like a total noob with this food processor. Okay, that should be good. And then 2 tablespoons of milk. I always do like a little bit over. I find with a little bit more, it's a little easier to roll out. And again, I do not follow recipes. I kind of use them as a guide to get the idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I want to show you what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be this like crumbly cheese mixture, and when you go to roll it out, it'll roll just like a dough would, but this is definitely what you want it to look like. Okay, so one thing I do not like about food processors is they are so hard to clean. My other grandma, she told me once she judges whether or not she's gonna buy something based off of how hard it will be to clean. And when I was a kid, I like didn't really, I knew what she meant, but now that I'm older, oh my god, I totally understand what she meant by that. Especially when you're like a moderate clean freak. So let's see, we are going to off, throw this onto our mat. Should be lightly floured, which I just realized is not. So yeehaw, here we go. I'm gonna move you, sister. And let's find my tool. Hang on. There you go. Good job. Good job. I'm going to move you, okay? We're done with that. Come on. Hang on. Nice. Good job. Yeah, it feels weird, huh? So let's kind of push this to the side. flour our surface. And let's sprinkle the mixture with a little flour too, just to help us mix it with our hands. Yeah.
Girls I talk to, and it's just, do you know any girls that want to do construction? No, I don't know any guys that want to do construction either. So it's like,
oh, thank you, Charlotte.
I'm sort of changing topics a little bit here. Andrew, this is an argument I heard. So, when it comes to
we just want to kind of get it all stuck together. Yeah. And I kind of like knead it like just a few times just to make sure it's all incorporated.
But is it any more?
And then I work with like I pull off pieces instead of rolling this whole big thing out. I just find it's a little less overwhelming that way. And just keep making sure that you're flouring your surface so that it doesn't get super stuck. And yeah, I'll take a piece that's about this big and I flatten it a little just to get it started for my roller, which is literally just a piece of wood. Nothing crazy. And I'm not super precise with the rolling. You'll see what I do with it. But you do want to try to make it all as even as possible. That is definitely important. If it's not even, which it wasn't the first time I did this, you end up with like super puffy Cheez Its and then some that are just like charred to a crisp. I didn't think my husband was going to like the puffy ones because they didn't look like Cheez Its, but he actually preferred them. So now I just kind of try to keep them at that thickness that made them puffy. Let's not rip it. We don't want to rip it. I'll give you a piece in just a minute. Yes, I will. And then this is the tool that I use. I don't know if you can see that, but it gives it like the serrated Cheez It edge. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'll give you a piece right now. And then I just kind of trim off like all the uneven bits to make it like a perfect square, or as close to a perfect square as I can get. And then we're going to give her this so that she can play with it. She'll probably try to eat it. Here, just for you. Luckily, that's just cheese. And then when I have like big pieces like this, I'll just still try to use what I can. Our oven is ready. That's always half the battle for me. I usually forget to turn the oven on. So then I make everything and I have it ready and I'm like, oh my god, I have to preheat the oven still. Okay, so then you have this perfect square and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to make it look exactly like a Cheez It. The flavor will still be there. I got these cutters off of Temu, which I know everyone's like, don't use Temu. But I'm a rebel, and I did, and I got this for like 99 cents.
No, that's not a skill, but I suppose one could be better than another at sex or a specific sex act.
I agree with that.
You want to play with some more? Here. Smush it around with your fingers. Yeah. Yeah. And then this is what I would say is the time-consuming part. I don't mind it because I know the end result is worth it. But I could see how this could throw some people off.
To be honest, she seems to prefer. She only dates black guys, doesn't she?
And then you just wanna poke a hole in it for the Cheez It look. I don't think the hole is not necessary. You're supposed to use like a bamboo stick. We're in the process of moving, so like all my hardware, don't touch it, is packed away. So let's get our baking sheet. Lined with parchment paper. And get her ready for a nap, and we will be right back. Say bye. Okay, just got baby down. It's like this process a wee bit quicker. But yeah, let's get started. To bake this for 17 minutes. And I always notice that like some of them on the edges, regardless, will get burnt. Personally, I actually prefer the burnt ones. So I don't mind it, but if you're like, if that is not your jam at all, just keep an eye on it and you can pull them before they get burnt. But like I said, I actually think the burnt ones taste the best. And by burnt, I don't mean like charred. They're just like a little crispy. A little crispy. I have not been super even with my rolling, but last time I did this, it like did not matter at all. So I'm not a crazy perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, as I'm sure you can tell. I'm sure I'm driving like all the OCD people insane. So here is the finished product. So thank you so much for stopping in for today's video. I really, really, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you go try and make your own Cheez Its because they're so much better than the processed ones that you can find in the store. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.